good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.
Race 5 on the card, a critical race on the day as far as trying to get into the Hollywoodbets Durban July is concerned. Many trying to make the cut. Line up here in the 2023 renewal of the Hollywoodbets Dolphins Cup Trial Grade 3 over 1,800 metres. First leg of Jackpot 1 goes off at 13.55. We've got a comprehensive package which includes a rerun of Rockpool's last run at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on the 20th of May. Winchester Mansion when running second at Hollywoodbets Greyville on the 13th of May. And then we'll hear from all of Justin Snaith, Andre Nell, Peter Muscat, Glenn Cotson and Dean Kennemeyer.
Hanging in, but he's making progress towards the outside. Meantime, King Regent has switched to the centre. He's also starting to kick on. It's raining. William is finding extra bump and power. King Regent up towards the outside. There's plenty of chances. It's raining. William is hanging tough. King Regent's trying hard up the outside, but it's raining. William lost long enough and goes to the line to win it. Mastery Dude flashed home for second. Up the outside, Rockpool was kicking on late.
Between runners, Electric Gold. Quasi for sure, extreme right-hand side. In Glamour. Rascallions running a big race between them. Cape Eagle the outside. Pakaya's getting into it. Quasi for sure late on. And Pakaya's coming home storming on the outside. Pakaya's going to get up. Pakaya won it. Winchester Mansion, Rascallion.
He's a very exciting horse. So we looked at the different seasons and what he could run in. So in the summer, all the big races are pretty much weight for age. So as a young horse, he'll never ever come into a race like this again with 54.5. Yeah. So we decided, let him have the education. We'll see how he goes in this. He's a very exciting horse for me. I haven't seen a horse move like this in a long time. So I haven't seen a horse move like this since Legislate, to be honest. He's got that type of action, but it doesn't matter if you don't have the engine inside.
Been a lovely horse to work with, and he's progressed so nicely in the last 18 months. His run in the Greyville 1900 was a good run. He didn't disgrace himself. Like I said off air, things didn't really work out at the pens. Sean said he was a bit restless, and that first 100 metres he took a while to get into the race. And look, he is a natural horse that likes going forward, and obviously he can be a bit aggressive, and Sean was worried they didn't want to stir him up too quickly, and he got into a good position, and he stayed on well against good opposition. So we know now that he can stand up to a decent field, and obviously this weekend's field is very competitive again. You've got the likes of Rockpool and Winchester Mansion, so they'll be the standouts. But I don't think he'll disgrace himself again.
Yeah, Quasi fluffed his lines at his last start. He pulled too hard early on, didn't settle. Then looped them turning in. Didn't get beat that far. I think he was only 3 lengths off the winner. And if he settles nicely on Saturday and shows his great turn of foot that he does have, I think he can bounce back and be competitive.
Yeah, we've had a couple of hiccups of them. So he had a brilliant first run in the province, where he ran second to the stable companion, Lord William. And I think he got tackled by one of the riders quite early, and they overdid it for the first half of the race. I said, well, that's him gone. But he came back relentlessly, and every stride he was catching the stable companion. So it was a cracking run. And then we had a minor hiccup with him, and we had carded him and we had to scratch him. But I can tell you that his prep going forward from there has been flawless, thank goodness. Well, Lord William, the other day we ran him it was a conditions graduation plate, and probably the wrong race, because the jockey said, geez, you should have had him in the Daily News today. He said he's just come on so much, and he really has. He's really doing well, and I know Vaughan thought a heck of a lot of him as well, and ran all the features in the Cape. But he's just really flourished in Durban, so I'm really excited about him.
He's off 108, 108. So I looked at the race and I just sent a message to everyone, to the owner, to Kai's stable. I said, 108, I'm just trying to place him correctly, but this is quite a competitive race and he's not too well drawn there. But it's also hard to place him for 108. But at his very best, he's also could be in the shake-up. His last run, I think were legitimate excuses, because he he pulled a shoe in the running of the race and he ripped his whole wall. We had to build it up the next morning, the farrier, and things like that. But 1800, that could be his maximum trip. It could be a better horse over a mile.
We didn't hear from Mike de Kock in that package. He, of course, saddles number 2, Union Square, number 10, Shoemaker, 2 very nice 3-year-olds. They ran first and second in the Ding-Dongs. Union Square seems to have lost his way since. Shoemaker ran a promising race in the recent Daily News. They are both trying to make their way into the final field for the Hollywoodbets Durban July, as are Rockpool and Winchester Mansion and Quasi for sure, and a host of others. So it's a critical race, this Rahil, for many camps. But that package was quite comprehensive, so I'm going to cut to the chase. I do agree with Justin. I haven't seen a horse move like Rockpool moves for a very, very long time. It's his debut at Hollywoodbets Greyville. He's well drawn. He gets the services of Red Hot Richard Farisa, and he looks well weighted on 56.5. It is a handicap. You've got to go wide. We've got a natural bank in the first leg, but Rockpool is my top choice.
Yeah, I've been following Rockpool ever since his maiden win, and I was so excited for the anti-post sort of markets to come out for the July, just to see his price and be able to get on. But yeah, now that he may not even make the field, that's a bit of a slip. And I have to agree with you. He's got one heck of an action, and yeah, I think he'll certainly run a huge race here. He's drawn in gate number 1. It's not really a positive for him because he'll be dropped out, but he's definitely a runner. I think number 4, Cape Eagle, he's got to be included into the mix. Winchester Mansion, another horse, and then Quasi for sure. So around those 4 horses, I think we could likely see our winner in this year's renewal of the Hollywoodbets Dolphins Cup Trial. Rockpool is certainly a worthy favourite in this event, and definitely the one that they all have to beat.
The betting, the not so much anymore, is more down to my own fault. I need to get studying again to get the edge back. But yeah, it's a great product. I love the exchange. It's really, in my opinion, one of the better bookmakers, if not the best bookmaker out there.